Coach Summerall before the game. He understands just how important this game is, but he's trying to take that pressure off of his players. He said, it's us. We just have to focus one play at a time and doing your job every down. He understands this environment will be a challenge, but he believes they will have the better composure and poise to compete here today. Back to you.
Ollie, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. Throwing Sellers. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Using his legs, it's Phillips. There's a crease. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
Defenses have had their hands full slowing this guy down all season long. It's the speed, and it's the open field running ability and vision. That's why he's second in the nation in rushing yards, and that's why he's square in the conversation for the Heisman Trophy.
You reach this portion of the season, and games like this, top 5 showdown, can really energize you, not to mention helping your playoff positioning down the road.
Yes, you can. You can make these big statement games. And listen, middle of the season, you kind of get in a lull, Jesse, where you kind of get used to playing and the new wear off a little bit. But when you got a top 5 matchup and something to prove, you bring that extra juice.
You're right. And if you play well in this game, you can ride that momentum down the stretch in November when those games really... to matter, but this is a big one right here. Lots of implications on the line.
Oh, and you just feel kind of like that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. He had him open, and he just overshot it a little bit. Man, those sting.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got his man. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. On fourth down, going to the air. They make the stop, and not before. He gets enough to convert on fourth down, and rolling the dice pays off.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
The Bulldogs are moving quickly down the field. Gonna look downfield again. Sets up the screen. Bulldozes his way through. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. And the Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
The Dogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. On the move, it's Phillips. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. And the Bulldogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Phillips. Got enough space. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
What a luxury luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They go 83 yards on the drive, and it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. And here's the return. Fielded in the end zone. It's Mays.
All right, not ideal. Right, not ideal. You're an offense. You want to get a good kickoff return, but you're starting inside your own 10. Now come out, set the tone, get some high percentage completion. You might not go with that script you had because you thought you might have a little better field position, but you just get some few first downs, get that first down right now.
If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball because it is a long way to the end zone. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle, but how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Taylor wants to throw it. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. They'll give it to Ball. Makes him talk to the hand. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Trying to get it to the marker. And he's not even close to the line to gain, and the defense makes the stop.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going.
Maybe some room here. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Bulldogs are in the hurry-up. Motion from the wide receiver. To the ground. He's got it again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And I think that's really the key to this football team. You saw it last week, man. Everything kind of falls into place when he gets the football and the ground game gets going. And I think when you play a rivalry game with emotion, with passion, like, settle everybody in, run the football, and be more physical.
Back to pass on second down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Trying to move the sticks on third down. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Takes a hit as he fires. Touchdown, Bulldog! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Mays. He's brought down at the 30, but a productive return after deciding to bring it out. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Offense changing the play. They'll run out of the gun with Jaden Ball. Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Taylor wants to throw. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And down he goes. A sack on 4th down.
Out there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Using his legs, it's Phillips. Fights off a defender. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
Wants to throw on 1st down. They're setting up the screen. Touchdown, Bulldog! A great catch and run for 6. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Coming out with it, it's Mays. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. Run inside. It's Phillips. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Georgia going up tempo. Second down, he'll throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Phillips. He's past the 30. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. Lining up from the 34 on first down. He goes right back to the air. Makes the grab. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. It's not the end of the world. This is not one of those be-all, end-all games that we used to have in a different era. But certainly for the winner, clear shot at a conference title and perhaps a spot in the college football playoff and a bye.
I love it. It's a great show-me week. A lot of adrenaline, a lot of emotion. Like both these squads, really, really good football teams in really good positions in their conference. But, Jesse, after today, there can only be one at one.
Yeah, the picture's going to change, no doubt about it. These two teams both, though, believe they're the best in conference play. Nobody's beat them yet, and they believe they're the man in the conference. So we're going to learn a lot. By the time this game is over, who is the best in conference play?
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Georgia going back to work with another first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Phillips.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll go right back to the run. Picks up the first down. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Looking downfield on first down. Gets it to him on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Gators. The defense putting points on the board.
And that's a great job by the defender there, back in his own end. He knew he had to make a play. He jumped the route, caught it, and he takes it all the way back. Forget flipping the field. How about scoring a touchdown?
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Going long. He's got it along the sideline. He's loose. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. He's looking to pass. They're working that left side. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive on first and
their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. Here's Sellers to throw. Safe completion on the screen. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Again, it's Sellers. He wants it all. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Taylor wants to throw it. Fires to the right. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time it's second down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Makes the catch. It's Mays. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. They'll try to get the first through the air. Bring in the heat. On his feet at the 40. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. Timeout on the field, and that's the second call by Georgia. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. That took every ounce of leg strength he had to sneak that one into the left corner. Down to a one-possession game, 24-17. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that Bull Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. We begin with the Michigan State Spartans in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's Michigan State able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. This ball club now stands at 7 wins. They've assured themselves at the very least of a better than 500 regular season.
Here comes the Gators offense ready to go on the attack. They put points on the board in the first half but still find themselves in a hole.
And if I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
Here's Jaden one more time. Not much there. They'll give him one to the 14.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Taylor wants to throw. Lets it fly. This is intercepted along the sidelines, but no, he's out of bounds. It's just an incomplete pass. Very fortunate turn of events for the offense.
This offense is done being patient. They're down on the scoreboard here. Now, early in their first possession in the third quarter, they're being aggressive. They're taking shots. They're trusting their playmakers outside to get it done. That time, the defense, really nice job forcing the incompletion. They were ready for it. This offense, though, they need to stay aggressive.
And the returner will be knocked down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They go play action with Sellers. Going for the big play. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve his field position. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. They'll start this drive with a pass. The short hands, it's Brown. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield.
I love this by the offensive coordinator because as the game goes along, you see how are they going to line up when we line up in this? What coverage do they like to play? And then you can take advantage. You say, all right, the corner route is open. I'm going to hit it.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Taylor wants to throw it. Makes the grab down the middle. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. That's the first score of the day for the nation's leader in receiving touchdowns.
Yards after catch. That's what this guy gives you. That was a simple slant pass. He caught it, made guys miss, showed you the speed, and it was pay dirt from there. What can you say about this guy's athleticism, man? He is such a weapon.
And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. He'll bring it out. It's Moore. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Sellers. Caught behind the line. It's Phillips. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And in my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field, making the nice tackle.
Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Moore. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. And the Dogs in the hurry-up.
Man, that is exactly what you want. That is perfect execution. Back near your own end zone, man. You want to get that ball out of your hand. You want to create some space. And don't flirt with that end zone at all. Ball gets out of quarterback's hand. Receiver makes the play. Great job understanding the situation.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Tie ball game as we play in the 3rd quarter. It's 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Temple. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get a stop here in the 3rd quarter. They've given up a lot of plays, a lot of points, a lot of yards. Needed to get a stop and try to get this ball back to their offense.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. 4th down, Sellers. Makes the grab, ready for the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
You got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and to keep the drive alive.
Got some work to do on 2nd down after that last one. They need 13. Running inside, it's Phillips. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the stick. got 93 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. 8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. Throwing, Sellers. A little screen to the running back. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. He's going for it all. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
You got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Motion from the wideout. Taylor wants to throw. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got his man to the left. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
The play fake on 1st down. Now rolling to the left. Runs through a tackle. Spinderella. Out of bounds. Right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score. Both of these teams off to perfect starts in conference play, and one trying to stay atop the heap. Going to the run. It's Ball.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
To the air on 2nd down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
Both these teams unbeaten in conference play, and the shape of the race will unfold here in the final moments. Taylor wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive steps to his left, out of the pocket. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Both of these teams off to perfect starts in conference play, and one trying to stay atop the heap.
We've seen this defensive end make a lot of plays.
There's a little room there. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Trying to set up the screen. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming. The Dogs come to the line in the hurry up. The run inside. It's Arrington. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Running to Green. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a gap. It's Arrington. Knocked down for the tackle.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. Sellers on the play action. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. Fourth down, Sellers. Looking for space to the left. Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And they really haven't put the ball in his hands and said, go win the game. Like, it's kind of been balanced, but this offense, down the stretch, this is a great indication for this offense because he's making a play through the air in a big moment. Gonna need more of it.
Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Georgia! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
What a great game, tied late in the ball game. Who's going to make the big play? They come up with it late, take the lead. Nice execution. It's hard to execute in these moments. People get tight. The score's tied late in the game. I don't want to mess up, but this offense doesn't worry about messing up. They put the ball in the end zone and take the lead.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Mays. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Might be calling a hot route. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Flips it out to the back. Nice move there. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. They're dealing with a second and long. Taylor wants to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Trailing by a touchdown, getting late in the fourth, and this is a huge, perhaps a defining moment in this game. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This late in the game, there's really no question about it. To have any chance to tie this thing up, they have to convert here on fourth down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. He wants a big play here late. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only one possession on fourth down. It looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throwing catch. Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout at second. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up fourth down as this defense makes a play. Timeout now called by the Gators. That's their last one. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on fourth down. Sellers to throw for it on fourth. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Taylor wants to throw it. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the connection.
Well, they've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and they just need to play pitch and catch on this next play. They're down a possession, and you don't have to necessarily get the first down right here, but if you don't get it, you've got to at least keep the fourth down manageable to give yourself an opportunity to keep pushing the ball down the field and give yourselves a shot to win.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Man, you gotta love this defense. Being dialed in, being ready for the pass late in this football game when you needed a stop, playing tendencies, breaking on the football, 3 straight incompletions. Way to rise up by this defense.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that 1st down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired.
And he's in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0. There is little the Dogs enjoy more than sticking it to the Gators, and boy, are they doing it right now.
Yeah, taking care of business. And listen, Georgia prides itself on being a physical unit. Every year, they're going to just pound you and bludgeon you. And Florida has had no response, just like in the last several games.
Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Rush is on him. Makes the grab on the left. He's brought down, and that one never had a chance, and the 2-point conversion attempt fails. Just under 40 seconds to go, and it's going to come down to whether they can get this onside kick to have a shot. The hands team doing its job, and that's going to do it for this one.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Here's Sellers to throw. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Temple. Got enough for the 1st. Maybe a crease. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. He might want another play. Taylor wants to throw. Fires left. Tosses it incomplete.
And this offense has another opportunity to put a scoring drive together. They've done a really good job, man. Their defense, it's been okay. Like, giving up a lot of points. Now they're in a situation where can you be clutch? Can you come up big in a 2-minute situation when you really need to?
And while the pass is incomplete, the flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone. Defense really hurt itself with that penalty. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Brown. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. The Gators want to move quickly. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Here's a throw downfield late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And he'll get in for the late touchdown, the consolation prize, the window dressing score to make the final outcome a little closer.
All right, big touchdown makes it a 9-point game. You got to kick the extra point right now, and then you've got to find a way somehow, some way to get the football back. You're going to have to score again and go for 2. A lot has to go right, but at least you get that touchdown to give yourself an opportunity.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Pass is incomplete. 2-point conversion is no good. Not really sure why they went through that entire exercise, but that'll be the ball game. Another chapter of this rivalry in the books